Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and here on this channel I ramble with articulation, I hope, about a variety of different musical, visual and audio elements of the videos that I watch and talk about. And this is episode 7 of Music That Inspired Me, a mini-series that looks, or by mini I mean the episodes are shorter, that looks at music that has inspired me. It's a way of me sort of explaining a little bit of where I come from, what my perspective is on music, and what's inspired me over the years. And today we're going for a much more contemporary piece of music than I've covered so far. We're going back to the year 2006. At the time, I would have just turned, 2006, 21, and I was absolutely loving a wide variety of music, but I was big into my metal phase at this point. I'd been to several metal concerts. That was very, very much what was kind of on my mind. I think I was I singing with my band yet? Yeah, I think I was. I was with an alternative rock band. I was the lead singer of for a while. And so that was all kind of what was in my oeuvre. And I was buying compilation CDs. I think I've talked about these before. And I would just buy CDs that had a variety of stuff on them and, pick and choose bands I wanted to dig more into. And this song came up, I think must have been on one of those. I can't imagine how else I'd have tripped across them. It's a band called the Diablo Swing Orchestra. If you watch my main videos, you will have seen I did a reaction, at least to the video, and an analysis to the song on the video of a song called Superhero Juggernaut, which is also by them. That's one of their more recent songs. But back in 2006 or 2007, thereabouts, 2006 was the year the album was released, I came across a song from an album called The Butcher's Ballroom. This was Diablo Swing Orchestra's first album, called Balrog Boogie. Two things made me want to listen to this. The first was the Balrog part, because I'm big into Lord of the Rings, and the second was the boogie part, because I love piano music, especially jazz, ragtime, boogie-woogie, New Orleans, all that kind of stuff. So it was a flat no-brainer for me to listen to this. And I put it on not knowing what to expect, because this is metal music. I mean, what? And to say my eyes were opened is a big understatement. This was one of the earliest examples I had where metal and another genre of music crashed together and produced something just utterly fantastic. My noise cancelling headphones just blocked out a Timmy. He hasn't been in this series before. Let's get him up. Hold on. You say hello to your loving fans? They're not that way. They're that way, silly. He's in a mood with me tonight. Anyway, yeah, I had no idea what to expect from this. And as I say, my eyes were massively opened. This is metal swing, basically. I think I'd already started to understand that the concept of electro swing existed, although I didn't really know much about it at the time. I would come to love that a little later. But metal swing is something that I never would have made a phrase in my mind, and to hear something like that was incredible. Add on top of that some extraordinary operatic vocals, and all of a sudden, here is this where have you been all my life moment with this music. Has it inspired me to compose or to do anything else? Have I created something because of this? No, I don't think so. But it really inspired me to discover a wider variety of music and to look at more musical fusions than I'd seen before. And that was really, really... Hello. That was very, very cool. And I looked into their album, and as I mentioned in my Superhero Juggernaut video, what Diablo Swing Orchestra effectively does is they smash up music with other musical genres. And to great effect. Their stuff is so varied and absolutely brilliant. This one is... The music was composed, I'm getting this information directly from their YouTube channel, which is the channel I'm going to play from in a minute, was composed by Daniel Håkansson, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, and is just one of the most extraordinary pieces of music I've ever heard. This is also the first time I'm going to kind of feed into my metal side of what I like, which is why I love I need to cover more Nightwish, Sabaton, Majestica, Tommy Johansson stuff, all that kind of stuff. These are the bands that have formed my opinion there. I mean, Nightwish being the absolute core of that. But other bands as well, and this is one of them. And so I wanted to share this with you today because I think it is something that has really impacted my understanding of the variety of music that is out there, but also my understanding of how comprehensive musical fusion can be. Because this is extraordinary. So I'm going to bring it up and start playing it. And as with all of my music that inspired me, because I'm effectively just playing the track, I have to interrupt it a bunch because otherwise I'll get hit with copyright claims and all that kind of stuff. But I want to share this with you because I think it is just such a wonderful piece of music. It really, really impacted me, and I think that you guys, those who are interested in understanding where my sort of thoughts around music come from, this is a fairly pivotal piece in more recent years. So this is The Butcher's Ballroom, and let's play a bit of this and see what you think. I'm gonna not knowing what to expect, this was an auspicious start. Having kind of like cool jazz, a crash cymbal, hi-hat in the background that is a hi-hat. Just this kind of very swing start to something. Then you get this dirty bass, like this line down the bottom. This is a amazing bass line with these environmental effects kind of going on around, these pops and scratches that kind of add to the effect. It's almost like it's going for that sort of vinyl scratch effect, but like contemporary. Obviously it's going for an environmental effect, a kind of ambient effect is the word I'm looking for. But that was cool. Okay, let's unpack this for a moment. Because when that hit, my mind melted. Metal guitar, distorted metal guitar, a trumpet, a violin that screeches down, Devil Went Down to Georgia style. These powerful drums and this punch entry that comes out of nothing. Light cymbal percussion and a upright bass smashing into this. I had no idea what had hit me. Let's just run that intro again. Not the whole thing, but... See, you don't see that coming out of this. I mean, listen to this. This is so... It's like 4 musicians from 4 different bands just met in a room and made something happen. And yet it's so cohesive. That's what blew my mind about all of this, was the effect of this music. I couldn't understand how it all worked together, but it did. I mean, nowadays, I listen to these guys all the time, and their stuff's phenomenal, and I don't question it anymore. But I remember the impact this had on me back in the day. And then you have this evil-sounding vocal kind of like growling and bubbling away in the background. It was like, it's almost like some sort of Lovecraftian thing creeping into the background. I mean, now I'm hooked. Like, every single element of this so far has just pulled me in that little bit more, and I am in it hook, line, and sinker at this point. And I just wanted to know what was coming, and what comes next, even less expected, I think. What? This outrageously cool operatic vocal over the top. This is, her name, I hope I get this right, is Anne-Louise Lögland. And where that came from, I have no idea. But again, everything about... We're 57 seconds into this piece of music, and it has surprised me every 7 seconds or so. And I think that's one of the things that caught my ear so much, was just how very much there was to listen to. Isn't that cool? Like these drifting operatic notes over the top of it. And now it's feeling quite swing. You know, we've kind of pulled back a little. We've got the trumpets, we've got the drum rhythm going, but nothing's too heavy. And then... And she's singing in Latin as well, which is also very cool. Deus illa velut luna dominus... What was it? Dona Espiritu. Like, where did that come from? It's it's so good. And everything surprised me so much. I don't think I could have honestly expected something less than I got out of this, and loved something more in the moment. Oh! I mean, that is pure, like, I don't know, 30s, 40s, 50s, whenever it is, like, growl swing trumpet. Like, this brings to mind, you know, these dirty swing band arrangements that you get, that just, you know, you get all this growl and kind of grit in the bottom of them. And yet it's accompanying what it's accompanying. I love this so... It does so much in less than 4 minutes. I love this cello line. Dum, dum. Oh, wow. For those who didn't see my Jeff Castellucci video I just did, I'm recording this with a nasty winter cold in effect, so my voice is shot. This dum, dum, ba-da-da-da-da line that's going on underneath. They're featuring it so much, and it's so cool. Like, I love that they're punching instruments out. The trumpet gets punched out. The cello gets punched out. Like, they get their moments to shine. The violins, the da-dum-dum. Or it may even be cellos as well. I'm not sure. It's in that kind of register where it gets difficult to tell between sort of low viola and high cello. But, oh, so good. Even that at the end of it. It's something just different and cool. And this drop back, I think that's what's so cool, this drop back for these beautiful soaring operatic moments. We pull the whole arrangement to be much lighter, and then it just comes crashing back in again for the chorus. Woo! I love, you get the sound of shattering glass. As she hits that top note, it sounds like some glass breaks. So good. And now this electro, wow, 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 wow. It's, again, something different. They keep introducing something new. I talk in my main videos all the time about evolution. This song is a prime example. It just changes and changes. Every time you think they've settled into something, poof, something new comes out of nowhere. It's so cool. And then just the bum 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 with the finger snap going on. It's so, like, they keep going. It's like, is it jazz? Is it opera? Is it metal? Is it something entirely different? It's right? And these hits with this bow from the trumpets, it makes it feel so kind of like end of a swing piece, except you get this electric guitar roaring in at the background. The scream on the trumpet is so good. He holds it so cleanly too. He, she, I'm not sure. I mean, it's chaos, but it's so organized. It's just extraordinary. And that wail that keeps coming back in the trumpet. It's so good. And I love this laughter, this kind of goblin laughter at the end, and that right at the very end as well. And then wow, 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 wow. There's something clown-like about that ending, and I think that kind of sums up the piece so well. It has the chaos of clown, you know, that sort of buffoonery and slapstick that you get in clown, but in music. And I love it so very much. So that's all I'm going to say about that. It's an incredible piece of music. Check the link down below if you want to listen to the whole thing through without me interrupting all the time. But that may give you some insight into where this eclectic musical thing comes from. I mean, maybe it doesn't, because that's eclectic in and of itself. There's other things that kind of spawned the loves of the different styles that are there, which we've started to talk about some of them, and there's others still to come. But that was a hugely influential piece in me broadening what I was listening to in different ways, other than just, let's try jazz, let's try metal, let's try whatever it happened to be. So that's why I wanted to bring that one up. So yeah, that's that. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please do hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. And if you would care to support the channel, you can do so by going to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, where you can make a donation of any amount, or there's a wishlist item there as well you can contribute to. But to patreon.com/DavidKReacts, where you can sign up for $2 or $4 Canadian, or your regional equivalent, which just supports the channel and gives you access to my Discord. Fingers crossed I'll be doing more with that later in the year. Or you can leave a super thanks here on YouTube, and any of those would be very gratefully appreciated. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you watching this video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.